Okay, you guys, I have everybody muted, so if you guys need to unmute, please unmute, of course, and ask any questions. But thank you guys so much for calling in this evening and taking some time. And this evening I wanted to kind of touch a little bit. I know we've done some other few calls on Facebook posting, but I know we have so many new ambassadors that have joined our team. Congratulations to all of you guys and any new ambassadors that might be on here, because this team is just going absolutely crazy, and it's just exciting to see all of your growth, and I see good things happening in these next few months for so many of you, so I'm super excited. All right, Facebook. Let's talk about posting on Facebook. And of course, if there's any new ambassadors on here, a couple things I wanted to mention was if you have gotten your welcome pack and you've gotten your success kit, in that book, the success guide, you'll have some great examples in that book of your first post. And I love to always tell everybody to personalize them, of course, like, make them sound like they're coming from you, or put something personally in with some of those posts. But there's some great examples in there, you guys, that you can post for your first post of sharing what you're doing, whether it's, you want to share the business, the products, both. There's some great ideas, and then you can kind of customize it to fit your own. But if you guys need any help too with a first Facebook post, please reach out to your sponsor or your upline or me. And that's one fun thing that a lot of us love to help with, is giving some examples of a first post, or kind of asking some questions and helping you with that. So we're here to help you as well. So first thing I kind of wanted to cover to get out of the way, of course, is compliance on Facebook posting. And most of you on here know we have kind of some new compliance things going on. I know Plexus is still working really hard to get our disclaimer for the product side of it, the product testimonies. We do have our disclaimer for the business testimonies. So if you're sharing something about what Plexus has done for you for the business, you were able to pay your car payment for the month, what you'll be able to take your family out to dinner for the for the week, or whatever it is, you have a disclaimer now that you can put on that post. I like to put them at the bottom, kind of separate, so it doesn't take away from your post, but it just keeps you compliant. And that is just so if there's somebody with the FDA or somebody sees it, they're saying that you're not guaranteeing that everybody who joins is going to be able to do the same thing. It just covers us, and it covers Plexus. So it's a great thing to add on there. Most all network marketing companies have these disclaimers. So I do know, like I said, hopefully soon, you guys, I hope really soon we're going to have the one for the products. And they want to make that really good. From what I've heard, for now, the biggest thing on the health testimonies is we have to stay away from putting any disease names. So, of course, the symptoms, like we've talked about, you can say, you want to say the symptoms, but you want to stay away from diseases. You don't want to post a disease name. If you see a testimony that has the name of a disease in there, probably shy away from posting that until we have those disclaimers. And once I understand we have those disclaimers, things are going to change, where we're going to have a lot more flexibility to posting our product testimonies and health testimonies. So for the meantime, I actually love it. And I'm seeing some great things coming from the testimonies that are coming in, where they're not putting the disease names and we're putting symptoms. Like for me, I'm hypoglycemic, and so I can't say hypoglycemic, even though it's really not technically, a huge disease, but it is. I don't post in my health testimony hypoglycemic. I post the symptoms that I have or had. I post how, I'd have to leave college, in class in college, and I'd have to go outside. I would have to find a cool place. I'd have to sit down. I'd have to put my knees in, or my head in between my knees, and just sit there and get the blood back to my head because I was white as a ghost. I'd have to eat protein. All of those symptoms which are so relatable to so many people. You guys, I have had so many people that have come up to me and they've asked me about what it's done for me health-wise. And I will share with them about my hypoglycemic. You know, they don't really know what that is, but I tell them, well, this is what I feel. And they say, I do the same thing. I have that. So a lot of people relate to your symptoms more than they do the disease names anyway. So I actually still am seeing some really good things. I'm really excited about people kind of thinking outside the box, you know, even with, you know, like allergies, which isn't really a disease name. That's kind of one of those fine line ones. But, you know, you're sneezing, your face is swollen, you know, you're blowing your nose all day long or something, you know, is you can have fun with the symptoms for sure on these Facebook posts. But for now, just stay away from the diseases and post or, post your symptoms that you have. So another big thing on compliance, and this is not really something that Plexus, it's against Plexus rules, but it's just something that really that Facebook does not like. They don't care for you putting your website with a post, any post. Don't post your website and don't put it in the comments. I know I've had a lot of questions that ask that, well, can we put it in the comments? No, and the reason is because Facebook filters those out. They think you're doing a business, you're creating a business, which we kind of are, but they like to spot that and they will throw your post out and hardly anybody will see your post when you put your website. Sometimes they'll sneak through there, but a lot of times they filter them. So keep away from putting your post or your website, I'm sorry, you guys. And also the reason I don't like to is because to me, it sounds more salesy. You know, when you're saying, message me, here's my website, go check it out. You know, it shows that you're kind of, it takes the personal part away from it. And I will tell you guys, in the 3 years that I've been with Plexus, pretty much I think I've had one person that has went to my website and just ordered without contacting me. And I'm grateful for that because I want them to message me because I want to be able to give them recommendations for, you know, what products or let them know which way to purchase, you know, give them the best options on purchasing. You know, I want to talk to them because I had one person who did that and she had some other health issues and later she said, I wish I would have ordered this. So it's a good thing to have them contact you, you know, through private message or phone call or whatever it may be, to discuss that with them beforehand. So just stay away from putting your website. Now, a tricky way to get around that though is you can go to GoDaddy.com and you can actually create a domain there. And you can link that. So like mine is rockyourhealthandwealth.com is my GoDaddy domain. And it's linked to my Plexus website, my Shop My Plexus / my name. It's linked to that. So I can also use that on my business cards, but also I can use that as a hashtag. Because I don't do the .com, you actually spell out DOT and then com after you Rock Your Health and then DOT.com. And what's cool is people obviously know. They know now. They can go to that website and check out your website, but it's in a hashtag. So Facebook doesn't catch it as putting your website out there because it doesn't show up as a URL. And I love that because it's just kind of a fun little extra thing you can create and share with people. But you can also put that on Instagram. If you guys are on Instagram and really use Instagram a lot, you can also put it there. And one thing I love is when you use that as a hashtag and then go to that hashtag, you guys, you'll have your own posts all on that hashtag page, whether it's with Plexus or with Facebook or with Instagram. So all of your posts that you're sharing and you hashtag that is going to be in one spot for people to go and check out all your posts. So that's another good trick, and you can get away with doing it that way. So let's talk about actually going and posting too. One big thing I've always shared is, of course, being real and being genuine, but you want to be yourself. People want to hear from you. They want, you know, kind of your wording. They want to see your passion, you guys. They want to see your enthusiasm. So one big thing is post with that enthusiasm and passion. People see that in your posts as well. They know when you're excited. They can feel that. So a thing I always recommend is when you go to post, I like to sit there and I kind of reread my post before I hit post, just to make sure what else can I add in there. Because sometimes I don't feel that my enthusiasm can come through in my words as excited as I am. But I try to do that by, exclamation points or little pictures if I'm on my phone, and just showing the excitement, showing the enthusiasm. And that is, people love that. Positive, being positive, staying positive on all of your posts, of course. That is one thing that is so important, because a lot of times people don't want to follow you when you have negative posts, and then you have one that says, I feel great today, I'm on Plexus, and then the next one is, a negative post about, how you feel, or that you're, something that's negative. And that's what people read a lot. Negativity breeds very, very quickly. So people love to read the negative. There's a lot of people like that. So if you stay positive with your posts, you'll get a lot more followers that want to follow your Plexus posts as well and read about what's going on. But one thing I want to tell you guys is this can be so simple on the posting too, is it doesn't have to be a long post. We know how a lot of people, I have done this, you guys, and oh boy, I wish I wouldn't have on some of them, but I get to where I get really lengthy on my posts because I want to tell it all. And then I have so many fewer likes because I have written a book. And people love to just be, they want to read something short. You'll get a lot more reads and attention to a post when it's kind of short and to the point. And I am still working on that, you guys, because I am terrible at that. So that's something I'm recommending to you guys that I'm still working on. But it helps because they will sit there. It's just kind of like we do. I do the same thing. Sometimes when I see a long post, or a long read, if I don't have the time, I scroll by it. And I'm doing the same thing that I know that probably a lot of people do with my posts if they are really long. So that's just another tip. But keeping it simple. Posts, I love posts that are, like I said, I felt great today. I have so much more energy. I love the taste of this pink drink. It tastes like a cherry Tootsie Roll Pop. Something simple like that. It does not have to be a huge testimony if you're just getting started. It can be something simple like that, and just showing a picture, which I know a couple of ambassadors did this last week, and I could not believe the comments on their feeds by just posting a picture of their products that they received. And her success kit, she had it right there on the table, and she just posted a picture and said, I'm so excited to get started with this. All these people wanted to know what it was, what she is doing. That was all she said, not even a word about Plexus. And she had a lot of engagement there. So posting pictures of your products, drinking your pink drink through the day, kind of getting creative, in time with when you're out doing something, and showing what you're doing, and that you're taking your products, or you're drinking your products, or whatever makes you think you're out taking your block before you're going to eat a big old plate of Mexican food or something, is real. That's real. People want to see. That's what Plexus is. We are real, and that's the best way you can get people to engage with you and to start build that belief in them. So the other thing is kind of what I mentioned is stay away from posting. Every time you post, not putting the word Plexus in there. But you can go all around, and people know, because they know your post before and after is going to be about Plexus. They know what you're doing, but keeping the word Plexus out of there on some posts will actually, because it is funny, you guys, Facebook is awful. I mean, they're good, but they're awful when it comes to us trying to help us build our network marketing businesses too, because they are tricky with us, and they will filter those posts, and they know your keywords. So keeping those words out of there every now and then kind of tricks them and helps to keep that, that post going. So just saying something, completely without Plexus, but everybody knows, just keeping that word out of there. Another big thing, when you guys, of course, any of my stuff, you guys are always more than welcome to copy and paste any of my posts to your statuses all the time. Anything I post, you guys are more than welcome to. That's one big thing I recommend is copying and pasting the wording and putting it in your status, and then if there's a graphic with it or a picture, is saving that graphic and then putting it on your post. Because what happens is when you just hit the share button, Facebook does the same thing, and those are really thrown out of there. There is not very much, those don't get seen by very many people when you share, but there are certain ones, you guys, that I will share. So like if an ambassador posts how amazing they're feeling or whatever, and I want to share that and I want to show, sometimes I will copy and paste it. Sometimes I will share those from a specific ambassador. But if it's a testimony or some different information, copy those. One thing I do is if I'm on my computer, I have a folder in my documents that's called Plexus. And that's where I save all of my graphics or my pictures or whatever it is. I save them all there, and then it's real easy for when I go to post, I copy, highlight the wording, go and paste it into my status, and then I will pull that graphic or picture in to that post. So that's an easy way. If you're on your phone, of course, you have your gallery where it's really easy to save that graphic or picture, and then same thing, copy the wording and paste it. It's more authentic too when you do that. It shows that it's from you guys. It's not just sharing posts because they're not authentic all the time, is what we have learned. And something that I love is when you find a great post that you love or a testimony, put your own personal, spill at the top to personalize it to you. If you like what's said at the top, by all means, go for that. But I love when you kind of change it up a little and put that extra little, Marcin spill on there at the top, and people know this is Marcin's post. It's his post. I know this is what he posted instead of somebody else's and sharing it. So that's one big thing, because especially when I was working my business page a lot, it was amazing the different posts that you would see, and you can see on there who sees it. And it was quite eye-opening to learn that. So another thing is when you see somebody's post that you like, don't comment and ask if you can share it, because that takes away from that post, from that person. Because it's kind of their post, they're putting it out there for their non-Plexus people. And so when people go on there and comment and they say, this is great, can I share this? It takes away from that post. So of course, anytime, you guys, all Plexus people, do not care. You can go ahead and copy and repost that. That's why we're one Plexus. You guys have access to so many ambassadors out there. I would really start following other ambassadors, friending other ambassadors, because you can get some great ideas. I have a lot of the jewels that I follow, and you can go and find a bunch of their names. If you guys need some names, I can post those. Go and follow them, and they come up with the most creative posts, and then I will copy and paste those to my status when I need some more ideas, because I get where I'm like, oh gosh, what am I going to post today? And I can't think of something. I will go there and I will find the best posts. So that's something I would recommend doing as well. And then, I won't go into that. Let's see if, do any of you guys have any questions? Let's go with that first before I continue. Do you guys have any questions on that?
Jean?
Yes, sir.
Just a quick question. I like that idea about going to the other Jules pages. I found a few great posts that way too. Good. But I think that's a great idea of getting us a list of names if you could. That would be awesome.
Okay. Yep. You betcha, Marcin. I will do that. I will do that, you guys, and post it on the team page, because I get excited to go on there and look at all those that I followed, because they're creative. And I'm like, wow, I wish I could do that, because some people just have that gift of taken a couple seconds and they put the most incredible post out, and it takes me longer to do something like that. And so it's great. It's spur of the moment things that I will post, you know, for myself, but it's when I'm thinking, gosh, I need to think of something really good today. And you can really find a lot of good stuff. But you guys are, like I said, always more than welcome to copy and paste, share anything of mine that I post as well, and Dusty's. And we have a lot of people on this team that post really, really well. So thank you, Marcin. I will do that. Any other questions, you guys, on that?
I just wanted to bring up, like you said, not making it too long. If it says continue reading and you know it's going to go to another whole page, or if it says, you know, that you have to click to read more, I'm basically done. Even if it's people I love, it's like, unless there's a few that I will go through and read, but it needs to be real quick, to the point, and that is what I'm getting a lot of my hits on. A lot of them are off of something really small, really like a paragraph or two, and I'm getting a lot more interest that way.
That's right. I agree, Edith, totally. I've noticed the same thing. Absolutely. Thank you for that. And one thing too, we've kind of gotten away from, and I posted a lot of them in the beginning because it's what we had, but is graphics. The graphics are one thing we've also noticed that takes, and there's different graphics, you guys, but you know, like the Plexus graphics that'll say, different cute things that they have on some of them. Those people seem to not respond to those as much as they do just a picture, something. There's a difference between the Plexus graphics and then another graphic or another picture. And we've noticed the Plexus graphics have not gotten quite the attention that something more personal does. And so we've stayed away from, I can't tell you guys how many Plexus graphics I have saved in a folder. And some of them are so cute. You know, I love the Halloween ones and the Christmas ones, and every now and then, absolutely, I'll post them, but don't do them all the time, because people they just don't care for those. They see it and they won't read your post because they're, that's just another Plexus post. And so some good tips that Lori Harrison gave us was, you've got to get them involved in the first sentence. You've got to get them interested. You want them to read the rest of your post. So that first sentence is probably the most important. And I love when it's a testimony with something. If it has to do with something, you kind of put that at the top, you know, attention for this. And then I know that's hard right now because we used to do it with saying the specific disease, but there's other creative ways to do that. But just that first sentence, you know, of getting them engaged in that little post. And then you've got them by the middle of the post, and then they realize that this is a Plexus post, but they didn't realize it until they're like 3 or 4 sentences in. And then you've got them interested, and that's kind of something fun. But yeah, so that's another thing on the graphics. We try to just encourage to not post a whole lot of those, because and some of them are really good, you guys. I will say some of them get some great feedback, but just not all the time. So anything else? Any other questions or comments?
I'm just going to say, I go online and I try and find a different picture that has nothing to do with Plexus that I can bring into the Plexus.
Absolutely.
And so it makes them read it. Like my 15% off, I did Jim Carrey from that movie, The Dumb and Dumber, and it said, "You're telling me I have a chance." And everybody knows that line from that movie, and so that makes them kind of read, maybe. Yeah. And it was just, I did like a 1-paragraph thing saying, "Yeah, you have a chance. There's a 15% off," and so it made them at least start reading the post. And I got quite a bit of interest on that one, and a lot of them did it because it was maybe a little bit funny or something, but they at least they engaged. So it can't be the graphics all the time. You can't post, you know, this is the best anti-probiotic whatever we got out here. It doesn't matter. They're not going to read it. They're going to scroll right on by it.
Right. That's right. I agree, Edith. And great example too, because that was perfect example. And adding that little humor in there, that's what people want. You know, people want that positivity. They want to read something funny, you know, and you don't have to do funny all the time, but that is a great thing to throw in there. Absolutely. And find the humor and, something to tie it with. I mean, there's so many different things. Annette's not on the call, but she does really good with tying, as many of the rodeos that they're going to right now, and she ties the Plexus into the rodeos and the kids and different things. And her posts are so creative. She does a really good job at, and she's never posting the graphics. It's different pictures of the kids stealing her Slim and, just fun things like that people really enjoy. So great idea, Edith. And then, anybody else have any other examples too you guys want to share or things that have worked? Yes, Sarah?
When I was in DC at one of the training sessions we did was you need 30-second elevator speech to get attention. But in that it was you need your first sentence should be 10 words or less to get someone's attention. So to a politician, I would say, instead of we need more doctors, it was I drive 300 miles for a doctor's appointment.
Exactly.
That gets their attention. Then you circle back to what you're wanting to get them to pay attention to.
Right.
But they were real big on keep everything under 10 words with your hook and then go into what you're wanting to say.
It's a great example, Sarah. Thank you for sharing that. Absolutely. That catchphrase right there, that's what it's all about. And it makes it absolutely, the wording is amazing. The wording is so powerful right there. Great example, Sarah. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I think too, and everybody has their own style, you guys too. So that's why I say keep it real and, and the passion, and you don't want to get too far out of, what you would post or what you feel comfortable posting. You want to, like I said, add that twist in there to make it yours as well, because you want to keep it real for people. Your friends and family, that's what they want to see is you. They want to know it's coming from you. They're going to see and feel the belief through you. And that's why it's so important to stay consistent on posting, because it takes 6 exposures for somebody to finally kind of start reading your posts. And think about it, 6 exposures, and that's just on average. I still have, after 3 years, people that have been on my Facebook that are just now contacting me about Plexus and tell me, I've been reading most of your stuff, or I've been reading all of your posts. I love your Plexus stuff. Never liked a post, never commented, never messaged me, but then it's the timing and they're ready. And I'm so thankful that I kept going with that, because if I wouldn't have, I would not have that person interested 3 years down the line. So being consistent, on average, you at least post once a day. When I first started, I was posting 3 times a day. And now, you want to do your personal posts in there as well. You don't want it all Plexus, because that will really turn people away. So you want to do maybe an inspirational quote or whatever you guys like to do, sharing from a page that you read each day. Something like that gets them engaged with your other posts. And the bad thing about, this is the other bad thing about Facebook, is if you don't go in and like their posts, if you don't see their posts, they will not see yours. And so it's good to go and engage with them. And if they like your posts, then you're going to start showing up in their newsfeed. And so that's another big thing. So you want to post those good questions of, like, you see a funny pair of, like today I saw these shorts in Tucson that, oh my gosh, were craziest shorts ever, that are the new style for this year. And I wanted to take a picture of them and say, what do you guys think about these? Just something funny like that. And you will have people that have never liked or commented on any of your posts that will comment on this one post. So they're watching you guys. They see what you're posting, but you've got to put those engagement posts in there. Kind of like Edith said with the Jim Carrey. It was a Plexus post, but everybody loves Jim Carrey. It drew people in. They see it. But you want to have those other posts in there to get people engaged. And so, but just don't worry if you guys don't have people liking your posts. All of my likes are from ambassadors, you guys. They still are not from, customers. I have great customers. They still don't like my posts. So I have a lot of likes. Almost all of those are from ambassadors. So don't worry about that. Marcin, yes, go ahead, please.
Oh, I just wanted to share a TED Talk that I watched a while back, and it really helps if you can incorporate this into your posting. But people don't buy what you do; they buy why you do it. And so, if you can, when you're doing your post, if you can post why you're doing what you do, I think I've tried that a few times. It's not easy. It really makes you think. But if you can do that in your post, it really does get a lot more response. So.
Absolutely. Thank you, Marcin. I love that. And I forgot to share that. Thank you for doing that. That is so powerful. So powerful. And we have to think about it as, you know, if we saw somebody posting, like obviously probably most of us did. That's why we're doing Plexus right now, is you saw your sponsor posting more than likely. And what got your attention? You know, what post got your attention? How long did you watch your sponsor posting, or, you know, whatever? And you got to think about your audience and how to get them engaged and make each post, you know, kind of target different people too. You know, different people. I know Lori, I don't think Lori's on here, but she's really good at, if she knows somebody is struggling with something that's one of her friends on Facebook, she will work really hard for a couple of days to think of some great posts that draws that person in. And I will tell you guys, it works. Every time she's like, they liked my post, or, you know, they ordered. And I'm like, awesome job, Lori. So she really thinks hard about who her audience is and somebody that she really wants to let them know. And she'll do a couple posts before she'll actually contact them and give them some information, not directed towards them, but they see it and it works great. So yeah, you want to make sure you're doing it how you would want to see posts, you know, what got your attention out there. So I think that's great. Thanks, Marcin. Anything else? You guys, any other questions or comments anyone has?
I'll throw one out there, Jeannie.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Don't feel like you're bugging people. You might be, but I've been doing this for like 2.5 years, and she's bugging me. Sorry. Anyways, she's looking for her phone.
You're good.
So pretend like I'm looking for it. Anyways, I went to an awards banquet a while back, and I had a lady that's on my Facebook that I don't know. She sought me out and came to say hi because she wanted to let me know that she loves seeing the posts about my kids and my Plexus. So I made sure that I made a note of her name so I could build that relationship with her. And it's not just her. The manager at the gym that I go to, I was at breakfast with her one day. She commented on a funny post that I made about Plexus and wanted to know how it was going for me. I told her. She's not interested at all, but she told me I could keep my stuff in the gym and even do a meeting there if I wanted to. So you're not bugging everybody. Your friends they're going to support you even if they're not interested.
That's right.
Okay?
Thank you, Jimmy. Perfectly said. Yes. Points. Thank you. And she's exactly right, you guys, because I was worried about that when I first started posting. I mean, for maybe a couple days, and then I got, by all the response I had, that quickly left me. But yeah, you really, there's so many different people that, you know, you're thinking, gosh, they don't care what I'm posting, they're not liking anything. That's why it gets so hard to get offended when you don't have those likes. But I don't know what it is, but people don't want their friends knowing that they liked your post about Plexus. Oh my gosh, then everybody's going to know if I like their post. It's just the funniest thing. And so like half of my ambassadors that I have never liked one of my posts and until they became an ambassador. So yeah, so those are great comments, Jimmy. Thank you very much. Anybody else have anything you guys want to add? Marcia.
I just want to say something.
Please do.
Really quick.
Yes.
You made me laugh when you said that about the not liking, because my dad, every once in a while, he'll get on Facebook and he'll say, what's up with this? Lisa likes this, and Lisa likes this, and Lisa likes this. And I told him, Dad, it's okay to like something.
I love it, Lisa. That's a good example, too. That's a good example.
Yeah. He doesn't ever click like on anything, even though he likes it, you know.
Right. And that's a great point, Lisa, because you're right. There are so many people they don't. And there's some newbies to Facebook. You know, they want to know information about Plexus, but they don't know how to like or comment. You know, they don't know how to do all that. So they just kind of scroll down and read the posts, and they're going to call you because they don't know how to message either, you know? And so that's the beauty of Plexus, or well, Plexus too, but of Facebook is, you know, we get that out there to so many people through social media of what we're doing, and it opens so many doors that people didn't have back in the day when they started network marketing. I mean, we are so lucky to have Facebook and Instagram and some of the other ones, because one post, you know, goes out to so many different friends instead of having the home parties, like, you know, the Tupperware parties and different things that you used to have to let people know what you were doing. So it's amazing. All right, you guys, I'm going to stop recording.